Hold it right there, pilgrim. Have you shared my stuff yet? Have you subscribed? Have you clicked the bell to make sure you get the notifications for these videos? Do you consider yourself a Gallantian? If you do, you must do those 3 things, especially clicking the subscribe button. If you don't subscribe, how can we keep in touch? Don't you think we're friends? You don't want to hear from me anymore? Train the muscles, not the joints. Welcome back to your Natural Gallant Bodybuilding, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about volume in a workout as opposed to volume on a weekly basis. Now, a big mistake a lot of people make, and it's not really their fault because there's a lot of myths. There's a lot of myths that are perpetuated out there. You know, there's a lot of people that are saying that weekly volume is the same thing as measuring your volume from workout to workout. It's the same type of stimulus, when really it is not. So, case in point, right? Back in the day, I'd be doing a certain amount of sets for a 3-day split, and I'd be doing that body part twice a week. And I was doing about 12 sets per body part. Sometimes even more volume than I would get in on a weekly basis if I was training the body part 3 times a week, but only doing 6 sets. And I noticed that there's a much different way that my body adapted to that type of stimulus. It's kind of fun. All I want to say is that measuring weekly volume can be one way of getting a general idea about what type of stress you're putting on the body, but it's not going to give you the best indicator of how you're telling your body to adapt. Now, we know that each set can have a totally different quality of stimulus, right? If it's doing high reps, low reps, slow reps, fast reps, these things all play a major role when it comes down to how your body adapts. So it also stands to reason that when you are doing an individual workout, how you train during that workout is going to cause a certain type of stress, and just measuring overall volume for the week is not necessarily going to give you the whole picture. What I'm going to say is, when you're doing 3 workouts in a week of 5 sets, and they're the first 5 sets, like after you finish warming up, you're doing these first 5 sets, these sets are going to be obviously going to be using heavier weight than, say, if you're in your 10th set and you're going to failure in all your sets, and you're in your 10th set and you've hit fatigue by 5, 6, 7th set. The 10th set is not going to have the same type of effect on the body as, say, you're doing the 2nd set and you're fresh. You know what I'm saying? You have full energy, right? So when you're doing 3 different workouts in a week and you're getting 6 sets in those workouts, those sets are going to be more packed with energy than, say, the 10th set or 11th set. So for that reason, when you're doing a workout and you're doing 12 or 13 sets, and say you've exhausted yourself by the time you get to 7th set, 8th set, 10th set, whatever it is, right? Some people have different endurance ability. Some people will get fatigued earlier than others. But the bottom line is, we can agree that those sets will have a different quality to them, right? You're not going to be able to push as many reps in that 10th set with 300 pounds. You're not going to be able to push as many reps. Now, of course, now the light is hitting me. Okay, I know this is creepy. I have to adjust the exposure because the sun's going in and out of the trees. What the frick, man? What the frick? Just trying to do a bodybuilding video here, and well, that's the thing. When you don't have a movie set, this is what happens. Okay? Lighting. This is why movie sets always have lighting. They always set up their own lighting. This is why. See? See this? Let's get back to the video here. So we can agree that if you're working out and you do 12 sets, in one workout, that's going to be a different type of stimulus than doing 3 workouts of 4 sets, right? Because those 12 sets, half of them are done, if not more, when you're already fatigued. Whereas you can say that the first 4 sets in those other workouts are going to be higher quality sets, as far as you'll be able to use more weight, you'll be able to have more intensity because your energy is there, and it's going to affect different muscle fibers because of this. Now, does this mean that doing a workout with 12 sets is wrong? No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is just it's different. So you cannot measure volume just blindly by saying on a weekly basis 25 sets is 25 sets. Depending on how you disperse these sets will depend on how your body is stimulated, and one way of stimulating the body will be much different than stimulating it another way, right? So if I do 3 sets every day for five days, that's 15 sets, and then I do 15 sets in one workout for the week, my body is going to adapt differently. And I found that if I was doing 3 sets per day using the working weight, I would have a tendency to overtrain at a much faster rate than just doing one workout where I did 15 sets. Those first 3 sets are when I'm the strongest, that's when I'm stimulating the most, and one could argue that it can be, as long as you pay attention to the body, of course, but it can be a more effective way to stimulate the body because you're always reminding it that it needs to be strong. Now, you can overdo this. That's the problem. Some people don't know when they're overdoing stuff, and myself included at times. I've had to learn the hard way sometimes when I was overstimulating the body. But if you stimulate the body and you're smart enough to vary the reps, vary the exercises, and not necessarily push through things that you're not supposed to push through, right? Like bad pain and all this. Doing more frequent training can yield a higher level of results for a lot of people if you know how to mess around with the parameters a bit, such as changing the rep ranges, such as changing the range of motion, such as changing the exercise, depending on what you're experiencing in the body at that time. So long story short, weekly volume is a very general and opaque way of measuring volume in a week, because it's going to be totally different in how you distribute that volume. It'll be totally different how the body adapts. If you consider yourself a Gallantian, if you want to be part of the mountain, click subscribe, click notify, and share this stuff. Spam it with everybody. That's what I'd do if I were you. Some people won't like it though. So I hope this helps you in your training. Thanks a lot for watching, and if you need to get hold of me, just go to naturalgallantbodybuilding.com, and thanks to the Patreon supporters, and take care for now. Mountain.